Let's get into it, guys. Coach Colin here, coolest high-performance coach in the world. And if you want the absolute best insights of the podcasts and videos you love, hit that subscribe button. We're watching the JRE. It's episode 1957, and you're about to hear Joe Rogan call politics a huge con game. Is that news to you? It's not news to me, and I know it's not news to you, but I do love hearing Joe actually say it, because when he says stuff like this, it goes out to millions of people because of the platform that he has. When he says it, when Russell Brand says it, when all of these big names who people tend to look up to say it, it awakens more and more people to the game, to the theater that is going on all over the world. And the more people we can have wake up, the more change we can see ripple out throughout the world. So let's get right into this episode. Let's go.
Well,
I don't know if that's the.
I mean, it's like I know a lot of. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people that are diehard Democrats that are very good people.
Yeah, of course.
But I also
they're probably
know,
better people.
I also know ones that are just lost. They're just lost in this ridiculous tribe, and they won't ever criticize what's going. They won't realize it's a giant con game. The whole thing's a giant con game, and you pretending that your side is better than the other side.
Yeah, that's the hardest
it's
part.
It's fucking stupid. The whole thing is run by money. The whole thing, every fucking step of the way, and to pretend that this one side is if they don't get in, democracy's gonna fail. The whole thing's bought and paid for.
Yeah.
The whole show is produced, bought, and paid for by giant corporations. You know, the checks and balances of our Constitution, Bill of Rights is the only thing that's keeping it from just being fully captured and us becoming just a complete corporate state.
I think, I hope it hasn't gone past the point of no return.
The scary thing
the
is,
lobbyists and shit. Yeah,
it's everybody knows that like money in politics is not good. Like if you had to like logically look at a system and say what would be the best way for it to represent most of the people in the best way possible for everybody.
What if we were running it like a company?
Nobody would say this is what we'd do. Have the people who have the most money spend that money on those candidates. Those candidates basically work for them, and they do the thing for the people with the most money instead of for everybody. Everybody would go, no, that's terrible.
Well, that's what we're doing.
That's going to limit growth for the underclass. Yeah. Or the lower income wage classes. It's just it's one of those things. It's like if you look at the way money influences all the decisions that get made in this country, it's not anything that anybody would, if they didn't have a stake in the game and they were trying to make a fair system. It's not anything that anybody would ever draft up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say the corporations can just donate fuck tons of money, and you can also, when the politicians get out of office, you're allowed to pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars to give speeches. Like, it's a con game. It's a con game. They just found a loophole, you know?
I love the fact that he said that, because when you really think about it, money is the one thing that allows all of these candidates, both sides, to assault your senses via TV and social media, commercials, advertisements. It's the one thing that helps them really, without sounding too out there, it's like they put you under like almost like a mass hypnosis. It's like, or even a better analogy would be like a sports team. It's like the sports team has the cheerleaders, has the game, buys the stadium, has the great hot dogs, has the good beer, has the foam fingers for you, has all of this stuff so you can sufficiently root for your team like a maniac the second that they step onto the field. And the exact same thing is happening in politics. They set it up perfectly for you to just root for your side. And also, they set it up perfectly for you to scream down the other side. The other team that's just a bunch of morons or this or that. They line it up perfectly for you to shout those people down. It is the one thing that makes it so regular people can't think straight when it comes to politics. It's that one thing. It's the money, because the money leads to the advertising. The money leads to whether or not you know it, it leads to people talking on social media. It leads to paying celebrities. If there was no money and all that happened, let's say weekly, every week until the election, is that all the candidates just stood and just did that little debate, and they all just debated, and that was it. Nothing else. You literally heard their talking points, and that was it. If that's all that happened in politics, do you know how different things would be? I have to say, I mean, I don't dislike Joe Biden. Like, I don't think he's like, oh, he's a terrible guy. He's a terrible guy. I don't think that. I think he's just not good at this position. I think if he was my friend's grandfather, I'd be like, this guy's great, man. He loves chocolate chip ice cream. I help him up the stairs. I think he's fantastic. I talk with him about, pastimes. I think he's great. But when he's in this position, it's like, no. And if he had to do a debate every week, we would all see that. We would all go, he's a nice man, but he's not the man for this. We would all just know. But instead, money. Money comes and money boosts him up, and money makes him seem more than he is, and it pays the speechwriters, and it makes the smoke and mirrors appear, and everything just gets all distorted. And the next thing you know, you're like, what just happened? Who? What? I don't know. I really do think we do get so caught up. I love that he used the word tribe, because that's exactly what it is. It's a tribal thing. It's such a tribal thing. Like, I myself, I don't really watch sports. I'm one of those black guys. It's like, I've never watched a basketball game in full in my life. I don't care for basketball at all. I just don't. And I never get all tribal. But when I watch people who are like, we won, we beat those guys. Oh, nobody can beat us. And I'm always like, who's us? Like, you're not playing. And you have to remember that with politics. You're not actually, as much as you feel like you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're like, as much as you feel that way, you're actually not that. You vote that side, but you're not that. They're that. And you're watching, Like, imagine, like, we always say, I am a Miami Heat fan. I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, even though nobody is. I am a Chicago Bulls fan. We never say, oh, I'm on the Chicago Bulls team. We never say that. Because everybody, oh, I'm on the LA Lakers. I'm on the Lakers team. You'd be like, what? What are you talking about? You're what? Are you a water boy? What are you talking about? But right away, you'll always be like, oh, no, I'm a Republican. I am a Republican. I stand with that person. It's like, no, you're not. You like them. You're a fan of them. You vote for them, but you're not that. It's very, very odd the way politics is able to do that to us. And I really do think a huge proponent in them being able to do that to our minds is money. That's the biggest thing. But what do you think? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I know you guys have no problem telling me that in the comment section when I go through it. But I do like it. I like discussion. I like debate. And you guys can also do that with each other in there. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think money is a good thing in politics? Do you think it's a bad thing in politics? Do you think there should be more of it? Do you think maybe Google itself should be able to just run for president and just run against Apple? Obviously, I'm kidding. But what do you actually think? Let me know in the comments. I am out. Again, Shane Gillis, episode 1957, 2 hours and 56 seconds into the podcast. That's the timestamp. Go watch it on Spotify. I'm out.